Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Craft. In this video, we are going to make some seabed coasters. So I got myself some beach sand, nice and dry, and I got myself my old geode coasters right here. And I was thinking, if you follow the channel, you've seen me do this before, but this time I was thinking doing it a little bit different. And here's why. So before today, I used to pour blue in it. No, I used to put the sand in it. Then I used to pour turquoise or teal blue over it, and then put a clear coat on it. And that gave me a kind of a bluish tint on the sand. But this time I'm going to do it kind of differently. So here's my idea. I'm going to pour first layer with teal. Yeah, I have teal. So with teal in it, then I wait for that to cure. Then I'm gonna put the sand on top of that, and then I'm gonna pour clear coat over that. And I will put enough clear coat so the surface tension makes it a little bit like domey. You know, when you pour a glass of water, and this is the level of the glass, and the water is like protruding a little bit. That's the goal I'm trying to achieve with this one. So, yeah, if you want to see this experiment, join me. So first off, what are we gonna do? Well, I am going to mix some resin. And how am I gonna do that? Well, it is very simple. We move over here to my mixing station. Ta-da! Excuse the mess. I'm still trying to put everything in place after my separation with my ex, and she took my key holder, so I have a bunch of keys lying around and things like that. So yeah. Anyway, you're not here for that. So what we're gonna do? Well, we're gonna mix up some part A. I need to stand up because I can't see shit. Mix up some part A. How much? I don't know. We're gonna mix up 75 part A. And that is 75 half that. That's 37.5 part B, which means it's 80, 110 and a half, I think. Let's do 111. Is that it? 75, 30, that's, yeah, 110, 111, okay. My math skills in the morning are not really up to par, but who cares? That's a little bit. Okay. You know, I don't measure exactly. I know that I have a ballpark of a few percentages with this resin. So if it's not exactly 1:2 or 2:1, I don't really give a fuck about it. You know, it is what it is. Now, where did all my spatulas go? Please hold. Yeah, this is what happens when you're not making anything for months, and then you get back to your crafting table and they're like, what is where? Where is what? What am I doing? What is even happening? Yeah. So, I should mix this bad boy up. As you can see, this is the hardener, this is the resin. So what I need to do is mix these two guys together so that they are almost one thing. So what you need to know about mixing resin is that try to introduce as least amount of air into it as possible. And when you are mixing part A and part B together, you are not making part C. You are not making a third composition. What you do is you are thinning out the strands of part A and part B, and you're trying to mix part A and part B very close together, so every part A molecule has a part B molecule next to it, and the polymerization chain reaction can start. And that is what we are doing right now. We are thinning out part A and part B and mixing it together very well. So all the part A molecules have a part B molecule next to it, so they can get paired up and create the polymer matrix. Basically, the plastic. And it is very cold today still. And as you can see, it's really thick. This resin is not usually this thick, but somehow, because it's the middle of April, and April is the craziest month in Europe. In some parts of Europe, you have like summer weather, 25 Celsius and shit. And some areas you have like 8-10 degrees in the morning. And funny, I live in Greece, but today it's like 8 degrees Celsius. I could see my breath when I was walking outside. And that wasn't too nice. So what you can do here now, and you can see it doesn't really want to mix, is get the kettle, put some hot water in the kettle. No, put some water in the kettle, boil the water, and put the resin into the water to warm it up. And that's what we're gonna do. All right, boys and girls, so I got myself a kettle. I got myself a little plastic container, and here's epoxy. So what I'm gonna do is I put the epoxy in the plastic container, so I know how much water I can pour into it. Like so. Yep, that should do it. I'll take it out because I really don't want to get it to go critical immediately. But this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, let me put the kettle back to its designated area. And okay, let's play. So this is boiling hot, and this shouldn't get very hot, but it should get somewhat warm. So I'm just gonna put it in here and start mixing, and then I feel that is becoming a little watery. There we go. Okay, okay. That's good, that's good. It's immediately much thinner. You see? It's much more viscous. Is this the word? I don't know the word in English. More, yeah, liquidy. Put it back in there a little bit. Warm it up. Take it out. Just want to see. There you go. So the average temperature in my work studio here, well, in my hallway where I set up the studio, is 14 degrees. And you should do resin art anywhere between 18 to 30 degrees room temperature. I'm talking about Celsius, guys, so change it to freedom units because I have no idea how to. So anyway, this is extremely cold here, and it is extremely humid as well. And what it does is sometimes resin takes days or weeks to harden in this temperature. And that's why I didn't really do too much resin videos either. That is one of the reasons I didn't do too many resin videos, because it takes ages to cure, and not just ages to cure, but the results are not very nice because it gets white and milky due to the humidity in the air. If your epoxy gets white, you know, or that hazy, cloudy, it is because you have way too much humidity in the air. But anyway, I think it is getting to the point when it's very well mixed. And as you can see, I introduced a bunch of air bubbles into it. But do not worry, because we're going to pour it out into these flat trays. And what happens is the bigger the surface you have, the least amount of epoxy the bubbles have to go through to get to the top. Excuse me. I am cured of my bronchitis. It's just morning coughing because I smoke. So Yeah. It took me, guys, it took me like 2 months to heal from my bronchitis. It was the worst illness I ever had in my life. I dropped one, maybe 2 drops of teal, and let's mix. Let's see how it looks. I don't know. I might want to drop one blue into it. I kind of feel like one drip of blue. It doesn't show because I don't know why, but my camera makes this a little more cold shade than it's supposed to be. But everything else around me is the correct shade. Somehow teal doesn't, my camera cannot pick up teal properly. Camera. Well, this is my S23 phone, which I used to do record my videos. I have an old iPhone 10. I put 2 drops of blue into it. I have an old iPhone 10, which I used for facial motion capture back in the day when I was doing that. But that doesn't have a good enough camera either. But I think when I have a proper camera, you know, I will be able to show you the proper color for this. But anyway, you can see the hue is off, but the intensity is kind of right. I'm working with DaVinci Resolve, and I study color grading, but somehow I still not able to grade this color properly. So if you know how to fix this in DaVinci Resolve, or if you can point me in the right direction to learn the proper color grading steps to fix teal in the video, please sound down in the comments. That would be extremely helpful. Also, I want to thank every single one of you who support me on buymeacoffee.com. You basically help me to pay the bills and get through the winter season and all that jazz. Thank you, every single one of you. And thank you for all the channel members. I know there are not too many channel member benefits. I don't really know how it works, but I will pay more attention to it. Also, I'm working on... No, that's a lie. I'm not working on, but it's on my list to start a Discord channel for us where we can share experiences and works and, you know, have the community going. And Benny has arrived. Good morning, my little kitten. You are not... No. Jesus. So, Benny knows whenever I sit at my desk, he can hop on because he thinks I'm sitting at my computer desk. Benny, you need to go now. Sorry. All right, let's put you back. Sorry, back to our regularly scheduled program. So now, I'm going to pour a little bit of blue. So yeah, thank you everyone who is a channel member. Thank you everyone who supports me on buymeacoffee.com. Thank you everyone who comes out and watches my stupid little videos. I know this channel is dying, I know. But still, that 80 to 100 people who come around and watch my dumb videos every week or month or whenever I upload them, thank you guys. Thank you so much, from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I think I did the thing. This looks all right, all right? Now I'm gonna spread it out into each corner. I know it should go and flow into each corner. I just want to make sure that it will. I didn't make enough epoxy for this, I think. But anyway, these are gonna be a little bit lighter shade then. No, I think I need to mix a little more. But the problem now is that even if I mix a little more, that's gonna be off. That color is gonna be different than what I mixed at the first one. And one more thing, you should make sure that you help the epoxy to flow, because epoxy likes to go where epoxy has been before, and epoxy don't like to go where epoxy hasn't been before. I learned this from another epoxy YouTube channel many, many years ago. Okay, let's just coax it in the corners. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Mind you, I have the leveling table set level, but the problem is these are old resin coasters, and as you can see there, well, you can't see. As you can see, they're protruding, so the middle is coming up. And I know that, which I can do with that. I can buy new molds and you can put them in hot water and let them cool, put them in the freezer. There are many ways around it, but these are so cheap. They're like €1 a piece or something like that, or I don't know. I don't even know. And you can buy them in like packs of 5 or 10. So when it gets this bubbly thing, you just buy a new one. You don't really stress over it too much. You can do like, I know when the weather is warmer, they don't curl up this way too much. And I was storing them like this, so that also caused a little. I need to put some more into this. Can I scrape a little more out? No, I have scraped it. Okay, this isn't gonna be enough. That's for a fact. Okay, so what do you do when you encounter a situation like this? Well, try to save it. And how do you try to save it? Well, you need to mix up some more resin. How much resin? Well, if this was 115 grams, I need about, I don't know, 50 more grams. Sorry about the noise, I'm doing my laundry. Washing machine is going crazy with my work pants. Because this is my day off. So what do? Well, I think I'm going to mix up another. Okay, so this is 110 grams. If I do 50 grams, let's say, let's do 60 grams, so that's half of it. And I can break that down evenly. Yeah, and I usually don't worry about using a different fucking cup for it. So I'm gonna use 40 grams of A. 45, that's fine. And 20 grams of B. It's gonna be probably 25. I will. Because you know how it goes. There you go. Okay. And now I'm going to put some. What am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna put some teal into it. And this is gonna be darker than this one. So my idea is I'm gonna mix this up properly in the hot water pool. And my idea is that I will pour this in the center, okay? of the molds and let it flow to the edge naturally. So it has a natural mix between the light teal and the darker teal of this second batch. And we'll see how it behaves. I want to warm it up a little bit more. So if it's warmer, it's thinner. And if it's thinner, it will flow faster to, there you go. Now it's thinning out very nicely. So sorry, hold on. What? Yeah, sorry about that. Benny was at the door and he was like, I want to come in, I want to come in. Mind you, the kitchen door is always open, so he can come in and out anytime he wants. Shut up, let me work. I swear to God, he's heckling. Okay, now I mixed up the resin. It's nice and mixed. I just gotta make sure there's no water left on the plastic cup, and here goes nothing. Just a little bit. I don't know why is he crying. No. Okay, now. All right, and now I'm going to spray it with isopropyl alcohol. That's 90% pure alcohol to get rid of all the bubbles. You can use a gentle heat gun. Don't use a blowtorch because it's gonna fuse it to the mold. Don't ask me how I know. Okay, now I have this and this mold which is protruding like that, and I have decided I'm gonna put sand in it right now to try to weigh it down, because if I wait for it to cure, I will not have enough space on the top to put the sand in it and put clear coat on it and have it smooth. So because of that reason, I will have to change the plans a little bit. add the sand. And I have little crustaceans and seashells in it as well. It's literally just a handful of sand from the beach. So it has basically twigs, bugs, and seashells, and everything else. Just gonna get the tweezer. Gonna take out the twigs, because you don't want that. Take out the seagrass. And as you can see, it's still don't want to go down. So that's not too nice. I think these are gonna be chucked out. These stones are too big. I don't know what to do. I can use some tape to tape it down, but let me think. Oh my god, don't you just love when you can't find the end of the roll of sellotape? Found it. So, here's my idea. I need to lift up that mold without disrupting the other molds, and put some tape underneath to make it stick to the bottom. But how do I do that? Well, I have no idea. I could transfer it, slide it to my scale, right? Just, I put the scale here. I need to get rid of this first. So, this is garbage. Oh, like that, okay, good, in the bin. So, I put this here, and let's start pushing this boy over there. Okay, that's done. That's a thing. And now I fold this sellotape up a little, like so. Attach it to the silicone pad here. And have this like that. Okay. Okay. So that's just happened. And then I get my tweezers to make it stick. Well, it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't, because now I have an O shape down there. I forget about that one. Anyway, we'll see how it works, okay? We're not gonna stress too much over it. It's just resin. It's not life and death. I can always pour a new one. Okay. I'm gonna put some more sand into this guy. Maybe I can stretch it out a little more. You know what? No, I'm just gonna Try to stretch it out a little more, like so. Rake it. Okay. Yeah, I think I should get new molds. These molds have done their job. It's over. I need to put a new order in for molds. I have some glue left. I'm just gonna pour some in here. Pour some in here. And the rest is fine. Yeah. You know what? This is already a failed experiment, so we're just gonna fill it up to the brim. It doesn't even fill it up to the brim, which is nice because it's not gonna flow out. Okay, there you go. This is gonna be a darker one. Alrighty. So I guess that's it for this part of the video. This is already 30 minutes in. Fuck, this is gonna be a long one. Anyway, so yeah, we pulse, and when it cures, we pour the second coat over it. See you then. Well, good morning. This is day 2 of this, what is this? Project. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Now, these guys have cured, pretty neat, but they're still soft, so I can push my nail into it. 2 things you need to know. 1, if this is completely cured and is not tacky anymore, then you have to scuff up the surface with some sandpaper or Scotch-Brite or whatever. Basically, you need to scratch it up so the next layer you pour on it has something to grab onto. If it's still tacky, the molecules haven't completely formed the plastic matrix. Therefore, the new layer you're gonna pour on it is gonna chemically adhere to the previous layer. So that's just some thing you should know about it. And now I'm going to pour some sand into them. Lovely. Just like that. I'm gonna pour a little pile into every single one of them. Then I'm gonna flatten it out, get rid of all the big chunks and the big bits and bobs. This is one of my most best-selling product in the shop, in the village. People like this and the pistachios, what I make. Those are nice keepsakes and people love them too. But yeah, I think this is the second best-selling product I ever make. You know what? I thought my Ocean Wave trays are gonna be selling fast, but these are selling better for some reason. Selling better, I mean I sell a pack a month, something like that, if I'm in the shop. Because lately I'm doing so much decorating work and I'm so busy with actual making money work that I don't really have time to be in the shop anymore and keep it open. But when I'm in there, I have a people or two coming in, have a look around, have a nice chat, and they buy some stuff sometimes, you know. There you go. And now I'm gonna run my tweezers on the edge like so. So I make sure that nothing protrudes out. Like so. You know, I just keep it flat. Oops. There you go. So everything is under the level. Now I'm going to mix up some clear resin. How much? A lot. So remember, yesterday I mixed up. How much did I mix up? I mixed up about, Jesus, I forgot. 250 grams ish. Right. So I have a 500 ml party cup, and I think I'm gonna mix up almost a full party cup worth of resin. I think that's the best thing we can do. Let me turn the camera to the mixing station, like so. Welcome to my well-organized table. But I'm messy, and you know that by now. So turn this fucker on. And let's do Let's do 212. And part B. <clears throat> 212, say 320. 340. Okay, that's fine. That should do it. Still in the ballpark. Okay, so I have part 1, part A, and part B mixed up. Not mixed up, but poured out. I need to start mixing. Again, it's 15 degrees here at best. So now I'm going to try to I'm going to try to mix it all up. So I gotta get a spatula from my trusty from here. Yes, I made this. If you want one of these, let me know. I sell this for monies, and I laser it out. And if you need specified holes, let me know. Anyway. And I shall mix this boy thoroughly. So I see you guys when it's mixed up. Stop shaking. Alright, so managed to mix it all up, and it's nice and cold. But anyway, so it's all mixed up. Now, I need to pour this so that I don't move these things around. Therefore, this has to be poured painfully slowly. Also, because I want to pour it to the brim, I have to pour it painfully slow and in increments. And I say painfully slow, and I just whoosh, manage to fuck it all up. Well, welcome to my life. All right, now the fun part. You know what? I'll bring you down to my level. Yes. So now I need to look at it from the side, and I need to make sure that it has enough in it. But doesn't have too much in it. All right. Funny. The whole thing is not flat. It's like this way. Excuse me. Still the after effects of the bronchitis. Yep. Okay. I think we're good. Yep. Now, I will probably put a spatula under this plastic like that, just to lift it up somewhat. Okay, let me show you what we got going. So this is a focus. This is what I wanted to achieve. Little lip. You see it? And now we wait. Good morning, my beautiful people. This is day 3 of making some coasters. Now, as you may know, as you may noticed, these coasters has been cooking for 3 nights and 3 days. And let me just tell you that technically, the curing time for this is about 2 hours on 25 degrees Celsius. You have 60 minutes working time with this epoxy. This one took 24 hours per layer to cure, and it is still flexible. It is still not 100% solid. As you can see, you can still bend it. You see, you can still bend it. You can still leave your fingerprints in it. Oh my God, I left my fingerprints in it. Well, I hope they're going to disappear, more or less. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, oh, wait, I left my fingerprints in it. You see, this is what you can cause if you press on it too hard. So all I'm getting at is resin takes exponentially longer to cure the colder the temperature is. Remember, here in this room we have 10 degrees colder than the working temperature, which is 20 to 25 Celsius. Okay, so the colder you get, the longer it takes for it to harden. And now it is possible to demold it. Oh yeah, the good part. And I like to demold stuff before they get extremely cured and rigid, for the sole reason of it's flexible enough so I can get out all the edges, especially if it's a mold like a soap dish or any other curved mold. Then I recommend to, what am I talking about? Then I recommend to demold it when it's a little bit still malleable. And oh my god, that looks great. Don't know if the camera picks up, but it has a lip, so it's not sharp anymore. This one is sharp. I need to sand this down. You see, right here. And this side has the lip, which is great. Anyway, we demold these guys. Came out pretty good, and I'm really happy with it, and my clients love it, and people love it who come by the shop and buy it. You know, I charge people €5 a pop, or $5 a pop, and they usually buy a 4, 5, 6-piece set, and well, I make lunch money with it. What the hell is that? Oh yeah, I remember. This is the sellotape from yesterday. I was like, what the fuck? Alright. I like this one too. It's a little bit darker, but still checks out. Just like my sense of humor. Oh, boy. Okay. And there she is. All in her glory. And I like it. I like it very much. So, and this is how I make my sandy beach coasters from Agina. I like these. They look cool. People like it. And I hope you got something out of this video. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going away for another week again for work. And after that, I'm planning to do some woodworking because the weather is gonna be alright, and I have a big project I really want to get at. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and sound down in the comments what you thought of this project. Bye.